Hey guys, it's Sid with SVTPerformance.com, and as you can see, I'm in the jungles of South Carolina yet again, using my old bucket truck here as our little display bench. Got something that seems to be a theme on the channel now. We're going to be cutting open and inspecting some more oil filters. Been doing a lot of this lately. If you guys like it, I've definitely got a lot more I can do. These are for 6.7 liter Power Stroke turbo diesels. This has been the filter forever, the FL-2051S. And then it got updated to the FL-2124. I've seen a couple guys cut these things open on YouTube, and they beat me to it, and congrats to them for hole shotting me, but they're diesel channels, so you know, that's to be expected. But I know a lot of our subscribers are performance oriented because you're on the SVT Performance YouTube channel, but you own a diesel truck, so I figured, no, I've got them, let's cut them open. Why not just waste $65 worth of oil filters? I've got my cutter here. This thing has been trustily used by me for years and years. It's fantastic. If you want to cut open your oil filters and see what's going on inside, sometimes you find what one YouTuber I like to watch calls forbidden glitter. This is one good way to do it. I picked this up on Amazon years ago. I'll put the link in the description below to it, but it's made by Longacre Racing Products. They make a lot of really cool stuff. But let's get these things out of the box, inspect them, and I'll tell you the story of what's going on with it. So there's your 2051. Here's your 2124, and they are virtually identical from the outside. Both made in the USA, same height, nearly. The new one is just a little bit heavier, and I think you'll see why when we pop this thing open. As far as base plates, things like that, they look nearly identical. So if you want to see the real difference, let's get inside and check it out. All right, let's get these things popped open here. We'll start with the 2051. And I am going to have to run this thing out quite a ways. Cutting up in those FL-500 Coyote filters last time, a lot smaller filter. So get her tightened down here. That's all you got to do is just tighten this thing down and then spin it around. And not knock that one over too far out of the way. Tighten it up a little bit as it goes. And you can tell the cans on these diesel filters are a lot thicker than the cans on the gas filters, and there's good reason for that. They got to be a little bit tougher because diesels tend to run thicker oil. Get into cold weather, that thicker oil is going to cause higher oil pressures, so you need more burst strength, so you build more strength into the can. Which, as you can see, this thing is making short work of it. So there we go. Through the can, open her up. These are made by Wix, or you know, formerly the Purolator division that was bought out by Wix. Got your silicone anti-drain back valve there, which is good, way better than like the nitrile rubber. You open her up, you got a leaf spring, bypass spring there for your bypassing, and the actual bypass valve spring is built internal on these, which is really nice. That's a nice design by Ford. So when the filter goes into bypass mode, it doesn't bypass around the outside and go put dirty oil back into the engine. It bypasses without going around the outside. So nice stuff. Filter media here. This is not your standard paper filter. This looks similar to the Fleetguard Stratapore filter media, but a pretty good quality filter, way better than the standard Motorcraft gas motor oil filters. And you can see way better application of the glue on it. I mean, if you saw that last video we did with the FL-500 filter for a Coyote, that thing was just terrible looking. As far as like glue placement and stuff like that, this one much better. So good quality piece. And if you guys want to know like all the dirty details on this, I mean measurements, weights, all that kind of stuff, I have that over on SVTPerformance.com. Links in the description below. I went ahead and put these things on scales and marked out the thickness of the can and all that. But this is our new one, the 2124, and there's a good reason that Ford updated this. The 6.7 Power Stroke has continued to get power boosts. That's funny, I say power boost because Ford has a power boost option. Increases in power production, let's say it that way, over the years. And they've also tried to extend drain intervals, which I'm not a huge fan of. I like to just change my oil more often and just use good quality stuff. You don't have to use the most expensive oil in the world. To me, it's more important to just get it changed more often. But I do like using good quality filters. Don't just go super cheapy. But this one, we got same, looks like identical anti-drain back valves as the old one. You can see right there. This one's just newer. You can see it doesn't have as much wax bloom and things like that from the molding process, but the design of the end plates looks the same. Here's where your difference is. We pop this one open. It's got the same leaf spring in the bottom. This is a synthetic glass filter media similar to a Wix XP or an Amsoil filter or something like that. This is a much better quality filter media. You've got a metal core on the inside. This one also has a metal core, but you can feel a little bit of a weight difference in this. This is definitely a heavier filter media, and what I suspect is Ford wanted to go to, you can see they're basically the same height. They both still use a metal crimp, so that's the difference, is the media. And this is a pretty good media. I would be very happy with the old 2051. I don't think there's anything in the world wrong with that. It's just that this synthetic fiberglass, for a better, lack of a better term, media is better. It filters better down to a finer, I guess you would say a finer particle size, smaller particle size. And at the same time, you don't have as much restriction in flow. So it's just a superior design. This is like a Wix XP. If I had a 6.7 Power Stroke, I would just run these filters. There's nothing in the world wrong with them. They're not cheap, but they are very good. And you don't want to cheap out on like a $20,000 engine. So go with something that's good. Wix XP, that's my go-to for your standard filters and things like that. Canister style filters, I like those. Nothing wrong with this. So I got a link in the description below to all this kind of stuff, plus the tool, plus over to SVTPerformance.com, where I've got all the weights and measurements and all that kind of stuff on these. All that's there. If you want to check that out, I'd appreciate it. And if you watched to the end of this video, I definitely appreciate that. Please give us a comment, tickle the algorithm for us so more people will see this kind of stuff, because I just blew like I said, like 60 bucks in filters here. So are you not entertained? But I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, please head over to svtperformance.com and support us there. The link's in the description where you can become a premium member. That goes a long way to helping us produce videos like this, because all this camera equipment and just destroying perfectly good brand new filters, it's not cheap. So that kind of stuff helps us out, and I really appreciate it. So if you guys would subscribe, all that kind of stuff, and we'll see you next time when I destroy more perfectly good things.